Good morning, class.
Good morning, Judith.
Today we'll be continuing our lesson on Microsoft Project. Who's ready to learn? All right, log into Schoology, open up that PDF on Chapter 6, and we'll get started.
Chapter 6? I swear for the past 5 chapters we did not learn a thing.
Nothing.
It did not relate to Microsoft Project.
Not at all.
Okay, you think you can teach the class better? Standing up here teaching isn't as easy as it looks, Darren.
What? Diego, drop the beat. Let me tell you why you should be intrigued. MS Projects got what you need. If you want to throw a party and you might need horses, we gon' teach you how to set up resources. But no, that ain't it. Yeah, we got much more. Creating dependencies is what's in store. Go ahead and grab your notebook so you don't miss all the new dope-ish you can do with this. Please listen when we speak for the rest of the time. You're only 8 minutes away from elevating your mind. Yeah, your teacher needed us cause your class was trash. You gonna learn a little something about scheduling tasks. Now there's more to this song than just ignorant rhyming. We'll expand on tasks and how to assign them. And I know what you're thinking, but trust me, it's fine. We can plan this all out with the MS timeline.
Word.
Okay, so we're going to talk about how to create a timeline in Microsoft Project. If you haven't already, go ahead and open up Microsoft Project. Microsoft Project doesn't have a timeline template, so you need to enter data manually to build a Microsoft Project timeline. It's probably because it's the most basic feature and a template isn't needed to get started. So we're going to start by creating task names. And for our project, we're going to focus on making a Thanksgiving party. So the first task name we're going to create is creating a guest list. And we're just going to finish up. Send in. Okay. So after you do that, you want to add the start and finish dates to each task. So you can just guess for these. We're going to start today on the 31st and end on maybe the 2nd. So you can take some time to think of who you want to invite. Then we're going to go through and add the times for start and end for the rest of them. So after that, everything should be added to the timeline as seen over here.
So how to set up resources in Microsoft Project. So now that you have a basic structure for your project, we're going to add the resources you need to get the job done. So the term resources typically refers to people, but it could also mean documentation or a certain type of work that will be needed to complete the project. So first, let's open up the resource sheet. To get to the resource sheet, you need to be in the View tab, located right here. Next, look under the Resource View ribbon and click Resource Sheet. So now a new sheet has popped up, which is the resource sheet. So now we're going to be adding resources. So let's add my boy Ass Ketchup. It's my guy. Pikachu. My son. Zach. Brock? Yeah, he's my long lost brother. It's good enough. So if you hover over some of these column headers, labels, it gives a brief understanding of what each column header means. So for initial, it's the abbreviation for a resource name. So A for Ash, P for Pikachu, B for brother, Brock. And the max stands for how much time they were putting in. And since these guys are my buddies, they'll be putting in their full effort, at any time of the day, 25/8, my boy. And for free, no overtime, no nothing. That's what they love. So once your resources are added to the project, you can easily view who is available to take on the task based on the workload and manage how much time each team member will spend on tasks in the resource management view. So how to assign tasks in Microsoft Project View. So once you have a list of resources for your project, you want to assign tasks. This will help you better manage the project and get work done in a specific time period. So one of the benefits of Microsoft Project is that it can calculate how long it would take a person to complete the task based on their availability. If it's a particularly important part of the project that needs to be done quickly, You can assign multiple people to it, and Microsoft Project will decrease the time it takes to complete the task based on how many resources are assigned. This also lets the people assigned to the project know how much time is required of them. So let's switch back to the Gantt chart, the Gantt, which is over here. And you want to open up the task form. So to open up the task form, we need to go to the View tab and click the details box in the ribbon, which is in the split view. So now we have a task form. So we need to select a task to assign. So let's click a random task, so send an invitation, and it'll pop up under name of the task. To assign a task, a resource, click the box under resource names with Ask Ketchup, and it's Brock. And just click OK, and I'll assign them. When you look over to the right, it's Ask Ketchup Brock. So now we just gotta repeat the steps to assign all the tasks, and which I will be doing outside of this video.
How to schedule tasks automatically or manually. With Microsoft Project 2016, you can schedule tasks manually or automatically. When you choose to manually schedule tasks, it's up to you to schedule all new tasks and track them to ensure they are being completed on time. If you choose automatic scheduling, Project will schedule tasks based on dependencies, calendars, and constraints, among other things. The default option when creating tasks is to schedule them manually, so we'll show you how to do that here. You're going to go up to the File tab to the top left, and then go down all the way to Options, and you'll go down to Schedule here. Click on Schedule, and you're going to want to set the week on which day you're going to start on. So in our case, we'll start on Monday. And then we'll go down here to scheduling options for this project, and we're going to move it to auto scheduled instead. You're going to go down here and press OK. And now we're going to create task dependencies. So dependencies occur when one task can't move on to the next phase until the first task is completed. Creating dependencies involves linking tasks in the Gantt chart view. In Microsoft Project, you can link any two tasks. Once they're linked, every change made to the predecessor affects the successor. So we're in our example here, the two tasks that we will be creating dependencies with each other are prepare the house and prepare food and drinks. And we're going to do this by clicking on prepare the house cell, and we're going to drag down to prepare food and drinks. Now we will link these by clicking on this chain icon here. And once you do that, you'll go over to the right of the timeline and see that there's an arrow that links these two together. And to undo this, you can just press this unlinked task icon here. And then if you look again, they're now unlinked.
So to conclude, I'm going to be explaining why all these aspects of MS Project are important. Timelines, they allow you to see things in a bigger picture from beginning to deadline. Resources is one of the most important aspects. They let you, well, depending on the priority of the task, those are resources you're going to assign. Assigning tasks, they let you take the most qualified personnel. That means maximizing time, efficiency, and profit. Scheduling tasks lets you have an order which things will flow better. And task dependencies basically means that task B cannot commence until task A is completed. And MS Project provides all these tools for a better project.
Fire!
Have you seen what your story looks like to us? It's fucked up, man.
Hey, filter. We're recording.
It's not very.
Came in. Ooh, Drayden and Judith, I see you.
The example that we will be linking, we will press this.
This laptop's open, we look at each other.
Early next time?
Just look at each
Yeah,
other.
go drop the beat. No. I thought you did. I was like, yeah.
I'm just gonna want me to be in the background.
No, it's
You can be the hype man.
Yeah, you should be in it. You should be in it already. You should be just just hit something. You can do the whitest dance. Like, hit that. Please listen when we speak for the rest of the time. You're only 8 minutes away from elevating your mind. And you keep messing with the beat, bro.
I'm going to be explaining why these aspects of MS project are important for a project.